What's up, people? It's that boy Smooth J, and I'm doing this as a response to T. Pendel's childhood tag video. I do realize that I have about 1,000 subscribers, and I haven't really told y'all too much about me. I just do a few skits and some music and stuff, and I put it out there, hand out my cards on the street. And I think this is a good way to get some of y'all to know a little bit more about me. And T. Pendel, just so you know, this is new. I'm the one that sent you that message saying that we should do a video parody together. You do Drake and I do Rick Ross. I mean, come on, bald-headed black dude with a beard. Come on, man. Let's do that. Anyway, let me go ahead and get right into this. Check it out. So, first question. What group, singer, or band do you miss from your childhood? Okay. From my childhood, I listened to a lot of old school music. So, obviously, Michael Jackson and stuff like that. But I'd say from the era I was coming up in, I would probably say Boyz II Men, man. I jammed a lot of Boyz II Men back in the day. I have an older brother who was really into music back then too. So, we jammed a lot of Boyz II Men. That's probably who I miss from my childhood, man. I wish they could do like a reunion or something, man. That'd be dope. What was your favorite childhood movie? That's easy because it's my favorite movie, period. The Last Dragon. I mean, come on, Bruce Leroy, come on, man. I was always into the Kung Fu theater stuff anyway, and then when you put black people in it, blaxploitation movies was big then too. A karate blaxploitation movie, that's where it's at. So, yeah, that was my favorite childhood movie. My favorite childhood show, I did a song about it, Ninja Turtles. Come on, man, let's be real, man. It was a cartoon, but, it's my favorite childhood show, Ninja Turtles. I was always watching that, man. I remember me and my mom would every day after school, I'll be watching Ninja Turtles with my mom. So yeah, that was my favorite childhood show. My favorite childhood song. Now, like I said, I listened to a lot of old school, so I would probably say back at that time period, it was a song that was way before me. But from the Stylistics, I used to listen to Heavy a whole lot, and I used to also listen to People Make the World Go Round by the Stylistics. But I'd say from that era, my favorite song was Thriller by Michael Jackson. So, I mean, that's just, I know it was before me, but that's just my thing. Thriller was my favorite song, my favorite childhood song. Next question is, what's one thing you wish was still around from your childhood? And I'm kind of like T. Pendel on this one. It's, he lost his grandparents and I lost my mom when I was about 14. So, that one was... that one was real heavy. I wish my mom was definitely around right now. So, struggling and stuff like that we used to put up with back then, things have been a whole lot easier now. So, I miss my mom from my childhood. Even though I didn't grow up in the two-parent household like a lot of people did, but I miss my mom, man. That's a given though. What was my favorite childhood dance? Like I said, man, there was a lot of childhood dances that were going on then. You had the Humpty dance. Man, I didn't really dance a whole lot, but if I was gonna put my money on any dances that I did every time they came out, every time it came on, was the Electric Slide. I mean, it was a little bit before me, but the Electric Slide, whenever it came on, we was on it. We even did the Electric Slide and stuff we wasn't supposed to. Let me see. What was your favorite childhood slang? Now, I lived in a lot of different areas, and slang is usually the terminology that you pick up from your environment. So I said a lot of everything. I moved back when I was in middle school. I moved across the street from a guy who was from New York, so I definitely picked up a whole lot of the yo son. I picked up a lot of that, and obviously, since I'm from Houston, Texas, man, what it do? That was something we used to do back in high school and stuff. Before that, probably, I say yo and son was always the thing. But my made-up slang was obviously what I call a whole bunch of people, even if they friends of mine, ho bitch. That's something I always say. I call people ho bitch. That's just, obviously it's two words and I just put them together. That's what I do. What's one thing you still have from childhood? I didn't keep any toys or anything like that, but if we gonna do scars like T. Pendel did, it's right here. I don't know if you can really see it, but my lip was split in half back when starch jeans was the thing. Like I said, I have an older brother, and we used to starch jeans, and he was starching his jeans one day, and while he was ironing, I saw him ironing a shirt, so I came in to talk to my older brother, and I sat down on my bed, by the way, mine. I sat on my bed, and it just so happens he had his pants on my bed, and I didn't even sit on them. I sat on the corner of them, and when I sat on them and he saw it, it wasn't even a real reaction or conversation. It was just him reaching over, grabbing me, and throwing me across the room, right? And I just so happened the angle was perfect. I hit the bedpost right in the middle of my lip. Split my lip in half, everything bust open, blood everywhere. It was funny. No, it wasn't. That sucked. But yeah, I still got that bump. So let's see here. Did you have an invisible friend? No. And I don't know. I like to get out back in the day. I wanted to always go outside, so I didn't really have time for an invisible friend. So I guess that's what that is. No, I didn't have an invisible friend. What was your favorite childhood toy? Nah, I'm the same way. I'm an athlete. Footballs, basketballs, just about every sport imaginable. I even had a hockey set when I was younger. I couldn't skate worth a damn, so I was field hockeying it up. But if I was gonna say toy, G.I. Joe, man. If it was raining outside, I'm playing my G.I. Joes. That's how it was. And yeah, the black G.I. Joe. Not that I'm racist or anything. He just had the dopest outfit. He had it was a cut off shirt. He had it rolled up on the biceps and stuff, and he had the big the big gun. I don't even know his name. I don't think it was Roadblock, because back then I think they just had a couple of black dudes, and I think I had the other one. He had a big mustache, and that was my favorite. What was your best subject in school? I know this is contradictory to everybody else. I was a math man. Anything that had something to do with math, I was good at it. It didn't matter if it was algebra, geometry, physics. If it had math in it, I was good in it. That's just the bottom line. I ever since kindergarten, I would learn my 1, 2, 3s before my ABCs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's much just my hustler mentality. You know what I'm saying? And on the contrary, my worst subject. Okay, that's the next question. My worst subject in school just so happened to be a science class. I have a terrible memory. And science is based on memorizing a lot of things, and I just sucked at it. I still got A's and B's, though. I just working hard in school, man. Anybody that's watching this, if you got kids or any kids that are watching this, work hard in school, man, and it'll pay off. Even if you're sucky subjects, it'll pay off. I didn't graduate college because, things didn't go the way I planned, because I didn't want to stay at the school I was at. I wish I didn't make that decision. So guys, like I say, stay in school. I will be going back, not to that school, but I will be going back to school. School is a good thing. Everybody is watching. Remember that. Where did you go for your first holiday? My grandfather's house. We went every holiday to my grandfather's house. Thanksgiving, Christmas. I was always going to my grandfather's house. That's just something that it was the house to go to. Anytime there was a big event, whether it had been a funeral, whether it had been a holiday, graduation, anything like that, it was my grandfather's house. And I wish we still had that. It would have been cool. I lost him a few years back too. So that was when the family was a lot closer back then. But everybody grows up, you live and you learn. Let's see here, bro. Next question is, how did you find out Father Christmas isn't real? Okay. Santa. Yeah, that was the one that okay. I found out because I ain't gonna lie. I grew up in the hood, and when I was with my father, I was staying with him in an apartment that didn't have a chimney, and I was always very inquisitive child, and I would always ask questions. And I was just so happened to ask, how is Santa, going to deliver presents when we don't have a chimney, So it was funny because I kind of backed my dad into a corner, and he didn't really have a good answer. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you got to go to sleep at a certain time so I can let him in." And it worked out. I very shortly after knew Santa didn't exist. Let's just put it that way. So that's how I found out. I still like Christmas though. I mean, it's a good time to get together with the family, and it's always good to get together with the family, man. I enjoy that. And my last one, what group or crowd were you in high school? I had friends from every crowd in high school. And I don't mean that as I fit in everywhere, but I kind of basically fit in everywhere. I played football, so had friends on the football team. Obviously, I was an athlete, so therefore I was in the athletes group. Just so happened my cousin was one of Mr. Popular's, so I was a part of that crowd as well, because everybody that liked him or was cool with him was cool with me. The goth crowd, I had a friend that was just so happened to be one of those sit in the corner kind of, wear black fingernail polish and stuff like that kind of dudes. I fit in with that crowd because of him. I talked to a lot of his friends and we became friends. I had a lot of friends that were in the, nerds, obviously, because I was friggin' smart. I made straight A's in high school, so I was one of those. I went to class and I did my work, even though I was an athlete. So I fit in that crowd. Being a big boy, I obviously fit in with the eating crowd. You know what I'm saying? We got our grandmas. We did that. So I fit in just about everywhere, and I don't really, and I hope that nobody has any grudges against me in high school, because I don't really think I had any enemies in high school. There was just a couple of people I didn't really get along with too well, because they just didn't get along with anybody else either that I know of. So to you guys, whatever, no hard feelings or whatever, but you guys are still hoe bitches. So that's just a little bit about me. Just like T. Pendel said, I'm gonna share his video, and hope you guys share this one if you like it. Also, if you leave a video response on his, if you feel like leaving video responses on my videos, I do okay them all. So just check back with that boy Smooth J. I got a lot of stuff. If you're listening to music, obviously you should check me out. And I'm hoping that T. Pendel gets back at me with that parody idea, and we can throw a parody away. You know what I mean? Looking forward to it. If you are, T. Pendel, holla at me. You know how it is on YouTube. So get back at that boy Smooth J and subscribe. Deuce.